What's up, you guys? Richard back with another video, Bennett Cleaning Solutions. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be doing basically a part 2 of the video that I previously made. And I want to go over, I had a lot of questions inside of the comment section and then also the other social media platforms that I'm on about pads, whether it's scrubbing pad or the burnishing pad. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do a quick overview of what we're doing now, and then I'm gonna go into some details on the pad. Do me a favor, hit the like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Let's go. So what we're doing is we're actually in an area where we're doing a scrub and we're doing a refinish. We're doing a scrub and then we're doing a burnish over here. And then right here we're going to be doing a total strip and a refinish. As you can look at the floor, you can see the difference. The damage of these floors are not the same as that floor. So again, instead of us taking advantage of our customers, we just have the integrity. When I quote a job like this, I explain to the customer exactly the condition of the floor and actually what's needed. I do have a way of actually taking off here. If you look, you got some tape here, right here. This is the break, basically separate the differences of the services. So, what we're gonna do today is we're gonna actually scrub and we're gonna burnish this area. And then we're going to come back next week, and we got some other areas that what we're going to be doing is we're going to be stripping and refinishing. So I'll show you a little bit of that process and how that looks, and then probably in the future we'll come back to this. But what I want to do is I want to talk about the actual difference of pads. I have some pads, and I'm going to go through them real quick. I'm going to show you the differences and how we properly use them. All right, so before I go into the pad, I just want to talk about a couple of things. So right now, this is a burnish, right? And I'm actually using a white pad. Now there are other buffing pads that I'm going to get into, but the reason that I'm using a white pad is because this floor doesn't have a lot of traffic in this area. As you noticed, I talked about a little bit earlier, that floor has way more traffic than this area. So using a more aggressive pad wouldn't be necessary. So what we do is we just go straight to a white pad on this. Now if this floor had a lot of marks and scuffs, then we're using more of an aggressive pad, which is a burnishing pad. I also want to talk about this piece of equipment. This is I like this piece of equipment here. This is the older burnisher that I got. It's real heavy. It does a real good job polishing. It's probably my favorite piece of equipment. But I'm going to talk about the burnisher and the scrubber, the difference between the burnishing and the scrubber. So as you see, when I do this right here, what you don't want to do is you don't want to hold it in one spot long, and you want to make sure that you spray sort of a little heavy, so that the pad heats up, and the friction between the pad and the actual floor, you want to make sure that you're not going to burn the floor. You can't actually burn the floor if you leave it at one spot too long. What I do is I just do an easy stroke back and forth. And as you spray, get to your dry areas, you want to spray it. Just make sure that you're keeping it lubricated to a comfortable shine. Once it comes to a good, nice polish and shine, go ahead and move on out, move backwards into the other areas. And that's really pretty much how it goes when it comes to burnishing. It's real simple. All right, so real quick, I just want to let you know this is the scrubber that we use for basically removing wax and also scrubbing our floors before we burnish. You can actually use this to burnish as well. I never used it. I don't recommend using it. So the difference between that machine, I don't know if I said it earlier, but that machine and this machine is that one will go forward and backwards for the polishing process or the burnishing to get the results that you're looking for. This one right here, it's a swing, so it goes left to right. And how you control it is you actually will tilt it. It'll go one way, you pull it back, it'll go the other way. So again, I don't recommend to use this for stripping. I'm sorry, I don't recommend to use this for burnishing, but we do use this for stripping. We got several of these, they're all spread out. This is probably my favorite, and then that burnisher, we have a couple other burnishers as well, but that burnisher is actually my favorite because it's real heavy, and I just like it's an older one, right? Also, so I want to talk a little bit about pads. I have some questions about pads. So we got 3 type of pads here. What we have is these pads here are stripping pads. These pads are very, very aggressive, very rough to remove finish off of the floors. The black pad, this is probably you would think this would be the more aggressive pad, but actually this one is. And I can't remember the name of this. This is actually an expensive pad. And these go about, I don't want to give you a number, so just get with your local supply stores and they'll probably fill you in. You also can ask your local supply store for a list of all of the different pads. There's a lot of different pads, from the most aggressive all the way down to the most less aggressive is the white pad. So these are stripping pads. I'm gonna go to my scrubbing pads here. Red pad is more, I like to use a red pad a lot because it's really safe, but it does the job. If there's something that really needs to be removed that I feel like this red pad is not gonna get, then I'll go ahead with this sort of like greenish pad. This is really good too. It's like a greenish bluish color. This is really aggressive. But you gotta be careful with this because this will remove finish off of a floor. So just be careful with that. This is a turf pad for LVT flooring. This is a very expensive pad. I got about 3 or 4 of them. Company actually gave me a couple and I bought some. But this is a turf pad and this is actually for LVT flooring. It's the only thing I use it for is LVT. And then you have your polishing or your burnishing pads. White pad is always the less aggressive. Anything anything over top of it will be going more into the aggressiveness. So you got a light blue, then you have a aqua blue, and then I think you get to this type of blue, so like a nice darker blue. And then the hog pad. Hog pad is really what I like to use for my really high traffic areas. It's a more aggressive burnishing pad, but it actually removes scuffs and everything. The thing about this pad is that you have to be careful because of the aggressiveness of it, that if you're not spraying and that burnisher is not moving, then if you hold their burnisher in one spot while it's spinning, what happens is it can actually burn the floor. So you want to be careful with this as well. But I'm learning just like you guys are learning as I grow. I think it's like what you fly a plane, build a plane as you fly type of thing. And you got to try things. So I highly recommend you get into offering those services. If you don't offer those services, stripping and waxing, burnishing, carpet extraction, tile and grout cleaning, those things. But in order for you to do that, you have to, you have to experiment and try things. So again, hit the like button if you like this video. If you don't like the video, please hit the like button anyway, or the dislike button. Doesn't cost anything. All right. Subscribe, share, comment section. Thanks.